Hey there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Food Experience. Today's experience, wow, this is going to be a little bit of a complicated one. Lots of different things going on here. I'm baking soft dinner rolls from scratch, courtesy of a recipe I found at Sally's Baking Addiction. I will list a link to the recipe in the description down below. And I'm also making chimichurri sauce and chimichurri chicken. So a lot going on here. I have to bake the rolls, make the chimichurri, bake the chicken, and I also have salad. So there's a lot going on. Sit back, kick back. It's going to be a longer video, and let's get to it. In the bowl of a stand mixer, add 1 packet of yeast. I'm using active dry yeast, 1 tablespoon of sugar, and 1 cup of warm milk. 110 degrees is the ideal temperature. Mix it all together and let it rest for about 5 minutes. The yeast should start foaming or bubbling. Now that 5 minutes has elapsed, time to add the remaining ingredients. Going in with 1 tablespoon of sugar, 1 tablespoon of salt, 1 egg, 1/4 cup of butter at room temperature, and 1 cup of all-purpose flour. Adding the paddle attachment to the mixer, lower it, low speed for about 30 seconds. After 30 seconds, turn off the mixer. Scrape down the sides of your bowl, adding in the remaining flour, which is equal to 2 cups. Lower the mixer, go on medium speed for about 2 minutes until the dough starts pulling away from the sides of the bowl. After 2 minutes, stop the mixer and inspect the dough. If it seems a little bit wet, you could add more flour, and it really is looking wet still, so I might do that. I weighed mine out by grams instead of using cups. I prefer to do it that way, but it definitely looks too moist. Add in a little bit more, lower, and mix. Still maybe a little bit too moist. I'll add a tiny bit more flour. Lower, mix again. Yeah, that should do it. Now it's pulling away from the sides of the bowl. And I'm letting it continue for 3 minutes, turning up the speed a little bit. And this will aid in the kneading process so you don't have to knead it by hand. Okay, kneading process should be done. Grab a large bowl, mist it with oil, and transfer the dough into the bowl. Should be a little sticky still. Take the dough and roll it around in the oil a little bit. That way it doesn't dry out. Cover the bowl with plastic wrap. You want the dough to rise till it's about double in size. Could be anywhere from 1 to 2 hours. Just keep an eye on it. The Maxx is a perfect place to proof the dough. Putting in the bowl, oven mode, proof, change it to 1.5 hours, and I'll put the temperature at 110. Let her go. It's been about 1 hour and 12 minutes or so, and the dough has definitely tripled in size, as you could see. Remove the plastic wrap from the bowl and punch it down. There it goes. I think it's a tad too moist, so apply some flour on my work surface and work with the dough a little bit. That should be good. Yeah, it's feeling a lot better now. Perfect, in fact. Where it's a little tacky, but it's not sticking to my hands. Now let's weigh the dough. 746 grams. Okay, Google. 746 divided by 16.
746 divided by 16 is 46.625.
We want each roll to be about 46 grams. I'm not baking the entire amount of dough, but I have 6 portions set aside. Next, go ahead and apply oil to a baking pan. You can use glass, cast iron, whatever suits your fancy. You kind of want to make these into balls. Next, cover with plastic wrap. Putting it back in the Maxx. Start, oven, proof. You want to let it rise for an hour. I'll go to 110 and let her rip. Now's a good time to start the chimichurri sauce. I've actually doubled the recipe, and the recipe for the chimichurri I got from Leilita's Recipes, and I'll put a link in the description back to their website. Using my garlic press, and you want about 16 cloves of crushed garlic. These are rather large cloves of garlic, so I might not need the full amount. But then again, you can never have too much garlic with anything. And I think that should just about do it. I'm going to smell like garlic for days. Next up, green onions. I'm using pretty much a whole bunch. No, really, a whole bunch, not a whole bunch. Cut off the ends. I've chopped them, and now you want to dice them or mince them real small. This is coming together nicely. Everything's pretty minced up. Adding the green onions to a bowl. Adding the minced garlic. I found these rather large Fresno chili peppers. And I need to mince these as well. Adding in the Fresnos. So far that's looking nice and colorful. 8 tablespoons of red wine vinegar. Come to think of it, I'm going to need a larger bowl, so I'll transfer all this into the larger bowl. Adding 2 cups of oil. I need 4 tablespoons of lemon juice. Adding in approximately 4 tablespoons of fresh lemon juice. I'm preparing oregano and parsley. And you want to make sure it's fairly dry. It doesn't have to be all the way dry, but make sure it's not moist. Pulling it all off and discarding the stems. And boy, this oregano is super fragrant. That's looking pretty decent. Adding that to the bowl. Next up, parsley. And just kind of break it off. Again, you don't want the stems included. Give the parsley a nice chopping also. It's kind of a lot of it, so it may take some time. Adding in the chopped parsley. Add in a decent amount of salt. And some freshly cracked black pepper. Now that everything's in the bowl, go ahead and give it a good stir. Next, I have a couple chicken breasts. Adding them to this half-gallon bag. Spooning in some of the chimichurri. Ziplock that closed. Make sure everything's kind of evenly coated. And I'm letting that marinate in the refrigerator. Should be around 2 to 3 hours, but I don't have the time, so I'm going for an hour. Here's a look at the rolls. As I mentioned, they definitely did rise. Start up the max oven mode, bake. Setting the time a little higher for a preheat. And 350 degrees. Start her up. And you want to leave the wire rack in the bake 1 position. You want to bake these on a low level so that the tops do not burn. The max is preheated, time to insert, and I'm not pushing the pan all the way back. That way the back end is not going to really brown too much as if it were all the way back. And they should take anywhere from 20 to 25 minutes. I'll set it at 25 minutes. Next, I'm preparing some romaine lettuce, chopping off the end, and I'm going to cut it through in a couple places. A little more of this needs to go. And let's chop away. That should be pretty good. Putting it in a strainer bowl and giving this a good rinsing. If you saw my video with the mandolin chopper slicer thing, you know I chopped up all these vegetables, adding the romaine into that. There we go, that looks pretty decent. There's only a couple minutes remaining and I'm moving them up a level. They don't exactly look like they're browning. They smell good though, and I think I know what I did wrong here. They're not as tall as they should be, and that's because I didn't put enough of them in there. Oh well, first time making this recipe, and I'll have to try it again in the future. The rolls are definitely looking done. Let's pull them out. And I'll test them with a toothpick to make sure they're done. Oh yeah, they're definitely done. I don't think they're going to be soft and fluffy like they're supposed to be, but nonetheless, they're dinner rolls. Time to cook the chicken. Going to air fry, leaving it in regular air fry, setting the time a lot higher than I actually need. Temperature, I'll do it at 360 degrees, start it up. Once the max has preheated, I will put the chicken in. You'll know when the preheat is done. Air fry will turn solid. Right now it's blinking. The chicken's been marinating for about an hour, maybe a few minutes more. Putting the chicken breasts in the air fryer basket. Spoon a little extra chimichurri on it. Inserting a temperature probe into the chicken. And the air fryer basket into the air fry position with the drip pan at the very bottom. And away it goes. In about 10 minutes, I'll flip them over. 10 minutes has gone by and it's time to flip over the chicken. Reinserting the probe, putting the chicken back in the max. And I think I'll increase the heat. It's not really browning. We'll go to 380 and let her finish up. Also to let you know, internal temperature is 122. All right, there we go. Internal temperature of the chicken is at 165. Time to pull it out. Welcome back, everybody. Some of the things didn't work out quite like I wanted them to, especially the dinner rolls. I should have put probably double the amount in the pan. So instead of them growing up, they widened out and they're flat. So my mistake, next time I'll do better. Chicken actually looks really good. There's the salad that I prepared earlier. I chopped the vegetables and sliced them with the Mueller Mandolin Pro Series tool. Check out my other video for that when you get a second. And for now, try some salad. I got my dad here as well. Say hi.
Hi there, everybody. How you all doing?
I don't know if they could hear you. I should have given you a microphone.
well, they won't hear me.
No, they'll hear you. It'll just be lower. Go ahead, dig in, get a
I
salad.
don't get a profile. I got a very bad profile.
Yeah, go ahead, dig in with some
Oh,
salad.
yeah, that's what I'm gonna do
And
now.
I got the rolls, the flat rolls right here. Has some butter. I covered the rolls. They're actually still a little bit warm. Extra chimichurri sauce, zesty Italian dressing. And this should be good. Originally, I was going to serve the chicken over rice, but time constraints. I just didn't have time for that. And I'll maybe do that another time, right? But for now, this looks pretty dang good.
Yes, it should be.
I sure hope so.
All the work you put into it.
Yeah.
Better be.
I know, right? Chicken looks juicy.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut into that now.
Let's try that out. Oh, that's good.
Oh yeah. That chicken is juicy. Look at that juice come out of there.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's super juicy. You like it?
Yeah.
Thanks, Dad. I like it too. I mean, I've had chimichurri a bunch of times. And this actually came out really good.
No, look at how beautiful that chicken.
Oh, it is. It's great. It came out great. The only other thing I would have done to make it a little bit better is to done it on the grill instead of the air fryer basket. But I just wanted to try it, see how it came out. If I do this again sometime in the future, I'll definitely use the grill. But either way, it is ridiculously good. Definitely tender, juicy, flavorful. Let me try the failed flat dinner rolls. They got a kind of crunchy bottom. They are somewhat soft, but they are chewy. Almost like a flat breadstick, if you will. Try that salad out. Haven't had salad in a long time, folks. Anyone that knows me knows I'm not really much of a veggie person, but I'll tell you what, when I have my veggies, I like it raw in a salad. I just don't like cooked veggies.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, salad's good. Cucumbers, radishes, onions, maters, which I don't really eat, so I'm avoiding those. Carrots. So I think that's going to be a wrap. What do you think? Dinner, yes, no? Honestly.
Well, it's as good as I ever had.
Here, anyway, let me give you a mic. What are your final thoughts
My
on this?
final thoughts are, I can't eat this fast enough. It's so good. It's about as good or best chicken I ever had.
Oh,
only
thanks,
only
Dad.
once before was it as good. When
Oh,
you
when I
met,
did the barbecue?
the first time you met it, yeah. Yeah. In fact, I'm going to keep putting some sauce on here. It's so
That's
good.
good sauce, huh?
Yeah. Excellent.
Thanks, Dad.
You get 5 stars.
Thank you very much. I should have brought out the second microphone. Totally forgot. Next time I'll do that. But there's my dad's take on it. I couldn't agree more. The chicken is really good. Salad's really good. The rolls could have been a little bit better. Instead of flat like this, they're supposed to be like this tall. And that's just because I didn't put enough of them in the baking pan. So instead of up, they went out like that. But they still taste good. Kind of crunchy exterior, soft inside, little chewy. They're good. Just not as good as I hoped for, that's all. Keeping it real. But yeah, that's going to do it, folks. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, or you just want to say hi or anything like that, drop a line below. I love hearing from you guys. And if you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button on the way out. I got all kinds of good videos coming up. And until next time, have a stellar day. Be excellent. And most of all, remember me, I'm KJ Andio, your food experience host with the most. Y'all take care, and I'll see you next time.